Football guys, second victory on the trot. What do you got to say about that?
Oh look, just massively, impressed by the boys to start progressing forward to getting us points. That's the most thing that the club needs. That's what we need. And now we're getting some confidence in the change room. And very happy for the boys tonight to make a lot of our supporters very happy and put smiles on the faces of the players as well.
And Cam, back from suspension, how was it to be back on the field?
There's no better place to come back than Briggs Road, and I think it's a credit to the fans, the pit, and all the families and friends that turn out for this community. There's no better place to come out and play, and you graft to get a 1-0 win like that. You don't care at all. Like it's a win. We take the 3 points. You see the smiles on the faces of everyone out there, and that's pretty much what it's about. We come out here representing an amazing community, and we want to show the respect and the faith that they've shown in us and the club. So we just want to come out in here and try to get the wins and put smiles on their faces. So hopefully we continue to do that through the season. I believe Terry's done a super job coming in and getting this team in a good space. We knew that it was going to take us time. We were a bit underdone, but I think now we're seeing the results, and you can't look any further than that. That's a 1-0 grind for 90 minutes, and we put everyone across the board put in a full effort, and I can't thank the fans and the boys enough for that.
So I've noticed you've got a few new players in the group. Did you want to tell us about those guys that are coming in?
We've brought in, since in the last 4 or 5 weeks, we've brought in 6 players really, and including our visa player Patrick, who hadn't played really before the pre-season. So, it's something that had to be done. We ended up after some exodus at last year, which was out of our control. It was out of the previous manager's control as well before I took over, and it was something that we needed to do. And we worked very hard, and the boys have come in. They've also too chased opportunities. We haven't brought in older type of experienced players. We've brought in younger players that are chasing opportunities, and they've mixed in very well. These boys have been massively accommodating to the new players, and I think that after 4 weeks now working together very, very hard and pushing it, the last 3 weeks found 2 or 3 players out who have left in the last probably 2 weeks, and why they've gone to new clubs, congratulations. But the bottom line is that they left on their own accord, and this is the group that are the fighters, and that's what we got out here tonight. That's probably something we didn't have 4 or 5 weeks ago.
And there's still a couple of injuries in the team. How are the guys going who are coming back from injury?
No, well, look, we have got some, and you've seen some tonight. Pappy at right back, he hadn't played for probably a good 4 or 5 weeks now. He's carrying a knock and a bad knock, but he was desperate to play tonight for the team, and we needed his physicality. So he had to come off. Alex Parsons just got a slight ankle tap tonight, but he's been really good for us. But the biggest thing is about the players is we showed in early doors we could play 60 minutes or 55 minutes. And we said 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, this is coming in the 6th week now, that we're going to have a 6-week program, and don't expect too much from us for the next 4 or 5 weeks. And the last 2 weeks has showed that the plan that we're on is moving us forward, and we're becoming now more of a 90-minute team. So in 3 or 4 weeks' time, we're going to be a lot more handful because we'll have everyone fit to play 90 minutes. And not just play 60 minutes like we had previously.
And so you're on the road again next week, heading north to the Sunshine Coast. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
No, look, I've seen the Sunshine Coast, and for us, we're down the bottom of the table. 2 weeks ago, we were second bottom, and I think they were just above us. It's like Redlands tonight. Massively important. We got the win tonight to get away from Redlands by 3 points. We need to go to the Sunshine Coast and do that next week. And you know what? Some of the biggest battles are going to be in this league this year in the bottom 5. They're probably going to be the big games. What people might talk about, the 1 and the 2s, and they're the big games as well. But in a promotion relegation league, the NPL here hasn't seen it here before, and I think you're going to find now that, like tonight, perfect example. That was 2 teams slugging out, playing grafting football, and it was counter-attacking football. And I think that's where you're going to see games like next week when we go to Sunshine Coast Fire. We're going to see another tough game like what we saw tonight.
That grafting style is impressive to see. That's something we've always prided ourselves on here at Ipswich. You see that as part of the spirit in the team at the moment?
Well, but yeah, 100%, and it has to be. The previous sides of Western Pride, have had some brilliant players come through this club, and they've been able to play a different brand of football because of so many fantastic individuals who have moved on to some to higher, better things, and some others have gone to some bigger clubs that you would call here in Queensland. But the bottom line is we're now starting again. This is a new cycle, and we are starting again. And we started at the bottom of the league. We knew that 5-6 weeks ago, but I'm here for a long journey. Cammy's here for a long journey, and we're going to take this club further again. And sometimes you go up, sometimes you have to go down and start again, and that's where we're at.
So we've got some representatives from the pit here tonight, our leaders of the fan base.
I went and sat with them last week.
Fantastic. You have to take some questions from them?
Certainly.
Thanks, guys. Just in terms of games like tonight, where, as you said, it's been a really, really hard slog and you're grafting for 90 minutes, how much of a difference does having a group of nutcases sitting down one end of the pitch is making noise?
Well,
How does that affect, obviously, what you as a coach and you guys on the pitch?
Yeah.
What does that do for you?
look, for me, to be flatly honest with you, it's it gives me a lot of shingles up my spine. I know that I come here to represent, well, I'm representing everybody and doing a job here for the club to work with the team, but to come to our home ground and when we go away and see our supporters there vocal, for me as a coach and as a manager, it sends shingles up my spine and it makes me want to come and work even harder for everybody down there.
And for me as a player, been here almost 2 years now, and it's what Western Pride are known for: being hard and the pit. It's known everywhere. We walk out, you see the respect that we show you guys. We clap you at the start, we clap the crowd at the start. That's just showing the respect that we have for you, because we know that you guys can win us games. You listen back to that tape in the last 5-10 minutes and you tell me how many opposition fans and players were yelling over you guys. It does give you goosebumps, and we come and celebrate with you guys, the whole team, and for us it's important to show our respect to you guys, because you guys win us games. It's as simple as that. You guys get us out of a heap. If we're in a lull and we hear you guys, it gets everyone up and gets everyone going. So I can't say enough, but thank you to the crowd and to the pit for continually supporting us, and we'll just try to repay the faith that you've shown in us.
Let's not forget the first 5 weeks we hadn't got a result,
And you are still here.
and you're here, and now we're working very hard for you guys.
And as you've said as well, it's not just the home games, but I understand obviously a lot of the guys still have their own sporting commitments, but as much as we can, we try to get to every game. Just between us, there's a few guys that have already booked to head up to Mackay in June. That's a lot of a long way for some of these guys to go.
Well, I'm going to go up the night before, and I'll invite you guys to come up the night before with me.
I mean, it just speaks volumes about how much you're willing to give to this club and to the players, and we can't thank you enough. Like, you come to Toowoomba last week, and it doesn't matter if it's 1, 3 or 15 people. It's just the dedication that you guys show us, and we really appreciate it, and everyone talks about it, and we can't thank you enough except for get the results on the pitch and show you the respect that you deserve.